Hi folks, and welcome back to Diablo 3 playthrough. We left off last time just talking to, we found Adria, Leah's mother's little house down here. It's not the most pleasant of areas to live, or I'm not sure if it is actually her house. We're going to break her barrel all the same. She's asked us to go to the cathedral, which we are going to make our way through to. Just going to turn down the effects a tiny little bit, down to about there. That's going to annoy me. Okay, there we go. Did that do it? Yes. Okay. There's more people rising from the dead here, and yeah. So it turns out that Adria's mother is a bitch or a witch. I didn't quite catch what she said, but I think it's a bitch. Hence why she was brought up by Decard Cain, her uncle. Decard Cain is a bit of a legend, and I believe he was in the last game, Diablo 2. I didn't actually play Diablo 2, but apparently he was in that, so that's all good stuff. We're making our way over to the cathedral, which is supposedly where this meteor fell from the sky. As you can see, something's appeared on my mini-map, indicating that we are going the right way, which is not surprising because there weren't really many options as to where else I could go. Oh crap, I actually did get hit there. And I think I indicated in the first video that the zombies we were fighting...
Infamous Tristram Cathedral. I am close to the fallen star now.
Let's hope so. Had 1 or 2 health, and these guys appear to have up to 21 health, which is, of course, incredible. Let's just quickly check over here. Is there anything that we've missed? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's go into the cathedral and see if we can find Leah? Is it Leah or Leia? I never know. We're going to call her Leia because she's like Princess Leia, right? She's going to run
so this
the
is
rebellion.
Where the star fell. My quarry must be near.
And take down he who should not be named. As you can see, there's stuff to interact with, so I just dropped this chandelier on these guys' heads, and they were pretty pissed off about the whole damn thing, it's got to be said. We found some low quality bracers, but ours are currently better. Can we break barrels with our caltrops? No, we cannot. Okay. Now, as I say, we've got no kind of area of effect spells. That guy is about to explode. As you see, he had a big ring around him, indicating that he was going to pop all over our face in the least pleasant way. What we have just picked up is our first material, arcane dust, and we can use that for crafting stuff later on, but we'll leave that out for now. Super creepy cathedral.
Thought we could keep the dead trapped here. Akarat, save me.
Oh shit. He's gone. But he was kind enough to drop 6 gold for us upon his death, which is nice. More folks around here. This guy's going to go pop again.
Not enough hatred.
Okay, so that's the first time that we've used up enough of our hatred. Oh, and that reminds me, at the end of last session, we picked up our first secondary ability. Rapid Fire. Costs 20 hatred initially, and an additional 6 hatred while channeling. Rapidly fire for a butt ton of damage. Nice. So, as soon as we find some rude dudes to test that out on, we shall do exactly that. I'm looting everything. It's probably not advised because it'll just kind of slow down your progress, but okay, let's give this a go. Oh yeah. Look at that. Absolutely wrecked. So that's kind of nice. It's again, it's not AoE damage.
A challenge.
But it's quite a bit of damage anyway. Well, it's a lot of fast damage at least. So my character did just say a challenge, which usually indicates that you're close to some really rude dudes. These are elites, and if you hover over their name, you can see that they've got the affix Wallers. And as you may have just seen, they are capable of throwing up these walls.
I need
here.
more hatred to do that.
Okay, so I've run out of hatred again, and that red bar will slowly build up. But does it build up quicker if I shoot this? I can't honestly remember, but you get the picture. You can kind of use that for some big burst damage. Okay, we found some more loot. Let's check out what we got. That crossbow's not as good. This one is. This one's a little bit better. It's a two-handed again, so we'll keep it and we'll use it. Okay, so that's our first set of elites, and this guy's going to pop, and you can see if I stood in that for too long, which I did, it does a bit of damage to us, which is not the best. Got some new boots. Again, they're not actually as good as the ones we got, but that's purely based on the fact that they've got armour. What have these got? These got a bit of movement speed and some thorns damage, so we're actually going to go with those, just so we can progress a little bit faster, or if you're American, progress. Good stuff. So we're encountering different types of enemies as well. We're seeing some bats here, the exploding dudes, this fat bastard here. I don't think that we came across those before. Again, reusable parts. They're a material that we can use for crafting things later on. The crafting mechanic in this game is super simple, which is good. On our map has just popped up our objective for where we need to go next. So let's do that. Again, another little massacre bonus, which is great. I really like the artwork in this game is really good. I mean, I think it's one of these things that we kind of forget when we're like trying to steamroll through the game. And I mean, look at this guy. Look at him. He's got a staff and everything. Or is it a sword? Maybe he's got a sword. Anyway, we're in Leoric's Passage. And I'm going to have a sip of coffee.
Stay back! Back! May this ledge hold. The Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
So, Decard Cain's in the shit, and apparently there is a Skeleton King.
Cain! I'm here to rescue you!
Back to your graves!
Back to your graves indeed.
My hatred is too low.
Nice. Let's talk Decard.
Thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
I don't honestly know.
Asked for my aid. She will be relieved to see you again.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
Okay.
We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
Will do, Decard. Let's head back to Tristram.
I promised Leah that I would save her uncle, Decard Cain. When I found him, he was facing the Skeleton King. And now, this abomination blocks my path to the fallen star.
Okay. Let's see what Leah's got to say for herself.
You're alive!
He is.
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Well, Leah didn't really do
I
anything.
have but one request of you. What do you know of the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
I have more control now.
Ooh. Okay. So we've got a new crafter, the Mystic, and we've hit level 6, and we've got some reptilian shoes of the bear presented by Dead Gandalf. Nice. Okay. Are these shoes any better? They do give us more life, but I'm actually quite enjoying the run speed. So we'll take these ones, which have got a little bit more run speed and also a tiny bit more armour. So, wait, did I put them on? No, I put the wrong ones on. Good stuff. We also unlocked a rune here. So this is our first rune, which is something that augments our kind of initial kind of skill. Increase the chance of your arrow to pierce by 50%. You know what, we're going to go with it because Entangling Shot, which is nice, which slows them down, I can actually use my caltrops to slow them down, and I feel like this will do overall perhaps a little bit more damage. And if one in two of our abilities is going to puncture, then that's good stuff.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
A tragic story, but I cannot reach the fallen star until I face him.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts.
Okay.
Leah, you should not dismiss the signs so lightly. Do you not believe the evidence of your own eyes?
Horrors have visited Tristram before, and it endured.
But what of the texts? The Zakharum tomes warn of a falling star. The Herodric scroll spoke of the dead rising, and the Lord of Lies, the prophecy of the end days, says that at the end of all things, the first sign shall appear in the heavens.
Yes, you've been telling me about the texts since I was 8 years old, Uncle. I just don't think we should read too much into them.
Okay. Let's talk to Leah about
How
Adria's
did your
death.
mother die?
Well, details are hazy, but I know that Adria was obsessed with chasing the arcane. She knew she could never raise a child. Uncle Decard believes that the madness and horror of her life finally caught up with her.
Okay.
I've spent most of my life traveling from place to place with Uncle Decard, while he did his crazy research.
What does your uncle seek?
He's convinced that the forces of hell will invade our world and bring about the end times. All these years, he's still searching for a way to stop this apocalypse.
Okay.
What did you learn of your mother?
She's a bitch.
She wasn't from Tristram originally.
Oh.
She came here during the Troubles. She was in search of something, but I'm not sure what. She reminds me of Uncle Decard, obsessed with the war between angels and demons.
That's a good book. I don't know if you've read it. Tom Hanks was also in that film.
I am the last of the Herodrim. I couldn't always claim this. In fact, if I had turned to the Herodric teachings sooner, Diablo could have been stopped before his reign of terror began.
So it's
You
basically
can't
all your
blame
fault.
yourself.
Yeah, I know you
When
can.
the first signs appeared, I did nothing. I had shrugged the old tales off like they were so much fantasy. And Tristram, no, the world has paid dearly for my arrogance. I have tried to make up for my failings. Leah and I have spent her lifetime scouring the world, collecting pieces of the prophecy of the end days. If I can decipher it, we will have the key to defeating the lords of hell.
Is that Ozzy Osbourne? Is he the Lord
You
of
and
Hell?
Leah seem very close.
I do not know what my life would have been like had I not raised her. Oh, it must have been difficult for Leah, following an old man on a mad search for the secrets to defeating the lords of the burning hells. But though she has seen her share of mysterious things, she is still unsure of my quest. I can understand. She has never seen anything like Diablo and his brothers.
Why is Diablo Spanish? I thought it was the devil, not
The
Diablo.
prophecy of the end days is contained within the Herodric tomes I inherited from my ancestor, Jared Cain. It is a warning to those who could interpret it regarding hell's ultimate invasion of our world, written by many different people throughout history, in many different lands. All known versions of the prophecy are incomplete. I have spent a good part of the past 20 years trying to complete it. I am certain it holds the answers to defeating the lords of hell.
You said that bit already, did you not? Mad King.
Leoric was driven mad by Diablo?
Leoric resisted Diablo's attempts to possess him, but the effort left him weak and confused. When his son Albrecht was kidnapped to be a vessel for Diablo, it destroyed any sanity Leoric had left.
What did Leoric do as the Skeleton King?
He commanded an army of the dead deep within the cathedral, finally serving the Lord of Terror he had resisted while alive.
Oh.
Many adventurers tried and failed to slay the Skeleton King. It was left to Leoric's eldest son, Aiden, to finally kill the monster his father had become.
Oh shit. So he had to kill his own dad. That's not the best. Okay, well, it looks like the mayor has pissed off, and we can now find... Is that the mayor? Yeah. Move your fucking... Move your goddamn
So
thing.
this is how it ends? They dragged my cart from
Yeah,
the road,
that's
but
right.
for what? I can't get it repaired. Might as well dig a hole and die in it.
If you've given up, then you're already dead.
To be honest, Mayor Hollis, I would gladly dig a hole for you to die
I
in.
have some new items that I'm certain you'll love.
Are you?
Each of my items is very special to me, but I suppose I can sell you one or two things if I must.
Okay. Well, I'm going to sell you a bunch of crap that I don't need. And I now have 4,500 gold. So, what have you got for me? Okay, he's got some pants. Let's buy some pants. Or gloves, if you're English. He's got some gloves. He's got vitality. He's got life per hit. Let's take the thingies. And that's about all we can afford for now, which is good.
Spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending the wounded.
What? She was out defending the gates this morning. What is driving that woman?
Who are they talking about? Are they talking about Leia? Maybe they're talking about Leia. We can't talk to these people, so we'll never know their story. And to be honest, I don't really care. This person is new. Let's find out all about Miriam.
Geldo, how sweet of you to ask. My people, the Vetchin, are nomads, always traveling, looking for the land we might settle. All of us have the sight, but few have it as strong as myself.
Oh, okay.
You know, men have always pursued me for my visions. Well, for things other than my visions.
Yeah, you've
But
got massive
everyone
tits.
wants to know what the future holds.
My future holds vengeance.
What will you do with your revenge when you have it? You still need to make a life for yourself. A little love would do you wonders.
Is that an offer? Shall we go behind the cart here and see what we can do? So this woman is you can we'll get into it at a later date, but you know, you can dye things, and we could level her up as well, but we're not going to. We're just going to look in her mirror and look at how cool we look. No,
Did
we're
you
not.
hear? Old Rumford has us down to half rations. How are we supposed to fight if we're starving?
I don't know.
The rest of the town is down to quarter, including my wife. But you can quit if you want.
Okay. I think you should quit. Here's Hadrig. Hadrig Amon.
Blacksmith, Decard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
No worries, I'll do it.
Sometimes death is the only mercy we have left. I will help you.
That's right.
Thank
we will.
you. Follow me.
So Scott has found himself over in New Tristram, which is nice. The Cellar of the Damned. Yes, Hadrig. What's he wearing? Pretty sweet hammer. Good stuff. Sturdy door, broken with one hit. Oh crap. Look at this.
My friends, I'm sorry.
Sorrow won't save your town, Blacksmith.
So this arrow now has a 50% chance to pierce, and it did look like it was doing a little bit more piercing than it was before. Yeah, there we go. So you can see it's kind of bouncing around and hitting stuff. Oh no.
My love,
Here's his wife.
forgive me.
Go on, hammer in the head. Just one swift blow to the head.
Adric, help me!
One swift blow. Just bang, right on the noggin. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, look, she's just spewing everywhere. And she's dead. And wow, it looks like we've got our first legendary item. So this is probably as a result of something that Blizzard changed not too long after release, whereby the idea was that you'd always receive a legendary for 1 hour, at least every 1 hour that you played. I'm highly excited to find out what it is. So let's have a look. We have to identify legendary items. There we go. It's a new transmog as well, which means that we can change the appearance of a different helmet to look like this, should we so desire. So, legendary items have got this secondary ability on them. Most legendaries, or all legendaries, have got a unique ability, and that's written down at the bottom in orange. Increase the effect of any gem socketed into this gem by 80%. The effect does not apply to legendary gems. Good stuff. We don't actually have a helmet on, so bang, we've got a helmet. And that gave us this sweet, swaggedy looking crown right here. It's more like a tiara, but whatever, it's nice. This bow is not better than our current one. Hey Drake, we just killed your wife, how'd you feel?
This without you. I'm in your dead. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
We'd actually knew
There's
that.
one favor I must ask of you. Do you know where Leoric's crown is?
I can help you there. It's buried with his Chancellor, my grandfather.
Okay.
You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
Okay, so I don't know if that's actually part of a quest. I don't know what this is. Is this like a... Is that like a crown and then a hand holding a hammer or something? Not too sure. But anyway, good stuff. We found our first legendary, and we've been asked to go and find, or locate perhaps, his apprentice, his fool apprentice, and also continue our quest for the Skeleton King.
Hey, come over here. I've got some new things you really need to see.
Let's have a look.
Sure, I may do business with some unsavory types, but I pass the savings on to you.
That's very kind. We could actually afford this belt. We don't have a belt, so we're going to do it. Boom. We've got a belt. It gives us 4 more vitality, which represents our health. Good stuff. The next quest objective is through the northwest gate. Let's go. Into the Weeping Hollow. Okay, great. Well, that about wraps it up for this this episode. I've just heard a goblin, and so next time we'll make sure we go and kill him. We'll continue our search for Leoric's crown, which is what we need in order to start our fight against the Skeleton King. Well, thanks very much for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.